Hello, thank you for joining me. My name is Tracy. Please enjoy this 20-minute workout. It can be a reset, a recharge for any time throughout the day, morning, noon, or night. Let's take our hands, meet at heart center. Close your eyes. Bring some attention to your breath. Feel your inhale through your nose. Feel your exhale through your nose. Take one more breath. Open your eyes. And we start with a nice inhale as we reach our arms up. Keep your arms lifted. Bring your right arm down by your side. Lift and reach over with the left a little bit further. Ground down through both feet. Here's your reach up back to center. Left arm comes down. Reach up and over. Again, press down into your right foot to keep it even. Here's your reach back up. Now take a gentle twist. Arms can come down as you twist to the right. Now reach your arms back up to center and take your gentle twist to the left. Reach your arms to center. Bring your hands, heart center. Take a few chair poses here. Just a little movement through your hip. Let your hips slide back. Press into the ground. Bring yourself up tall. It's a little chair pose as you move your hips down. Press into the ground and bring yourself tall. Here's your chair, small move, and then your lift. One more time, take a little chair pose and gently bring yourself up tall. We're adding a little knee lift here, so bring one knee up, little pause at the top, set your foot down. Knee comes up, little pause, set your foot down. One more time, each side as you lift and lower. Take your lift and lower. Ground down through your feet. It is a half sun salutation. So with your inhale, let your arms reach high. Forward fold. As you exhale, let your knees bend. Hamstrings relax. Halfway lift. Lengthen through your spine. Forward fold. Reach all the way up to standing. Hands, heart center. We're adding on from here. We take your reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Bring your hands to your mat. Step back into your plank and hold your plank. We're going from plank to downward dog here. So we're going to press our hips back into your downward dog. Now in this downward dog, bend both your knees, let your hips press back. Then strain your legs, come to the balls of your feet, you're up on your tippy toes. Press your hips back, and now maybe you like to walk your dog a little bit, or maybe you just want to take your heels, press them down towards the mat. Whichever version you're choosing, connect with your breath. Feel your inhale, feel your exhale. Now we're working with our breath as we go from plank to downward dog. So with your inhale, glide forward to plank. As you exhale, downward dog, lift your hips, press back. Plank pose as you glide forward. Downward dog, glide back. One more time, plank as you glide forward. Downward dog, glide back. Three-legged dog, lift your right leg. Now bend your knee, open your hip. See if you can keep your shoulders coming straight ahead so you're grounding evenly into both your hands. Return to your three-legged dog, press to your heel, feel some length. Release your foot to the mat, and now you take the other side. So lift the legged dog. Now bend your knee, open your hip.
Check in and see if you kept grounding down through both your hands evenly. Return to
three-legged dog.
Bring your foot down to your mat. All fours. So bring yourself to all fours. You're on your hands and your knees. Bring your knees underneath your hips. Hands are underneath your shoulders. We're going into a balance pose, our bird dog. Let's start by taking your right foot on the mat behind you. So keep the foot low. Ball of the foot is on the mat. Press through your heel a little bit. Now level out your hips, pull in your core, lift your leg to hip height. Once you have that, left fingertips reach out to the front. We add some crunches. It is elbow to knee, extend out long. Elbow, knee, extend long. Elbow, knee, extend. Now hold it here. Release your arm and leg. Take a cow cat. Nice little inhale. Exhale, round, release. Meet back in center. Left foot reaches back. So you're on the ball of the foot, press through the heel. Level out your hips. Pull in your core. Lift your leg. Right fingertips reach out to the front. We add our crunch. Elbow to knee. Extend out. Take your crunch and your extension. Hold it out this time. Reach and lengthen through your fingertips all the way to your heel. Release your arm and leg down. Tuck your toes, downward dog. Lift your hips, press back. Lift your right leg, three-legged dog. Low lunge, bring your right foot between your hands. We're going to keep the right knee up as long as it works for you.
And get some nice opening through your hips. Now you can stay right here, or you can start grounding into your left hand and add a nice twist. So first, reach through the top of your head, add your twist towards your knee. Now maybe you choose to keep this arm down today, but maybe you choose to reach your fingertips towards the ceiling. As you reach and you open, ground down through your right foot. Release your hand back down. Here's your big move. We're coming into our high lunge. So right here, grounded to the right foot, here comes your big lift up. Nice big reach up towards the ceiling. Strong legs right here. Bring your hands behind your head, open your elbows. Lift your chest a little bit more. Take your inhale and plank pose. Hands return to the mat. Meeting your plank and downward dog. Lift your hips, press back. Plank as you glide forward. Downward dog, glide back. One more time. Meeting your downward dog. Lift your left leg. Low lunge, bring the foot through. Back knee stays up, but remember you always have the option, if it feels better today, to take it down. You're more than welcome to. Ground down into your right hand, so right hand's coming to the mat. You're always more than welcome. A block often is helpful. Top hand, maybe you take it behind. Lift your shoulder towards the ceiling, but maybe you like how it feels to add a stretch. Activate your back leg. It stays nice and strong. Feel your breath. Release your hand down. Here comes your big move. You're going to ground yourself so you can bring it into your high lunge. So ground into the left foot. Here comes your high lunge. Reach up. Fingertips towards the ceiling. Strong back leg. Hands come behind your head. Open your chest. Lift. Bring your hands to heart center. Big step to the top of your mat. Press off your back foot. Meet at the top of your mat. Take a half vinyasa. It's a reach up. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Reach all the way up. Bring your hands to heart center. Chair pose here. Let your hips glide back. Sit into your chair pose. Maybe your hands stay at heart center today, or maybe reaching gives you a little bit more to be able to sit back into your glutes. From here, we're going into our warrior three pose. So I want you to start grounding into your right foot. You're going to lift your left, coming into your warrior three. So you're pressing through your back heel into your warrior three pose. Keep reaching through your fingertips. Strong back leg. Warrior one. Bring your foot down. Let your arms reach up. Now warrior one, ribcage, chest is coming towards the front of the room. Let your elbows open into cactus arms. Bring your hands to heart center. Big step to the top of your mat. And we go back into our chair pose. Hips glide back. Hands heart center or reaching up. Settle into the pose. Strong legs right here. Start grounding to your left foot. It is your warrior three. Right foot starts coming up. Take your press back through your heel. You're lengthening and reaching through your front fingertips. Activate your back leg. Warrior one, as you set your right foot down, fingertips can reach up. There is your length. Maybe you lift a little more through your chest. Cactus arms as they open. Bring your hands to heart center. And now we take our hands down to the mat as you step back into your plank pose. Here's your plank. From your plank, bring yourself to your forearms, toes or knees, as you bring yourself down into your forearms. Now right here, think about grounding down a little bit more through your forearms, your palms, pulling your core. And we are setting ourselves up to go into a side plank. So let's set ourselves up. Let your hips start rotating. And maybe you stack your feet, you stagger your feet. Bottom knee can always come down. So it's wherever you want to go with your pose today. Bring your arm back to center. We are coming into our forearm plank. We're holding it here, so reset yourself in the center. Knees are always an option, so if that is where you are today, take the knee version. Here comes the other side. Ground into the left. And then bring yourself around. And again, choose the version that works for you. Release yourself back to the forearms. Bring your knees down, Sphinx pose. So you're going to let the tops of the feet come on the mat. Bring your elbows under your shoulders. Palms down, forearms down, and right here, keep reaching through your toes, but now reach through the top of your head. So I want this to feel good for your back. So reach and lengthen. And try to give yourself enough space in your neck. Take one more breath. Child's pose. We're going to lift our hips. Press back into your child's pose. Bring yourself up. And we're going to be taking it onto our back side.
to practice our bridge pose. So bring yourself all the way through. So your knees are the width of your hips. Maybe you can reach your heels, maybe they're a little bit further, depends on the length of your arms. Toes point straight ahead, and for your bridge pose, you're going to ground into the bottoms of your feet and lift your hips. Walk your shoulders under if that's a variation that you do. And then we want to focus on lifting your hips so you get a nice opening through the front side. But be aware of what's happening with your low back. Knees are shooting towards the front of the room. Chest is opening towards the back of the room. Lots of room for your throat. Now with control, bring your hips back down to the mat. Let your knees come together, your feet can open up. So it's a little reset for your spine. So give yourself a little bit of a break. And now you can open your knees up wide with your feet and take a little windshield wiper. Knees can go off to one side, nice little release for your spine. And knees can go off to the other side. Bring your knees over to one side. Go at the speed that feels best for you. You want this to feel good. Maybe a small windshield wiper feels a lot better than a big one, so then you would stay a little smaller. Finish it out on each side. And we are preparing ourselves for legs up the wall. We're doing it in the center on our mat, but if you're near a wall, you're more than welcome to go over by a wall and take your feet up. Another option is to use your block. So if you like to use a block under your hips, you can do that as well. So we're going to, first option is taking your legs up and taking your legs up the wall. Your next option is to take the block and slide it underneath your hips. Shoulders are still under, and legs go up. And if it's more comfortable to have your knees bent, keep your knees bent. So we're staying here for a few minutes. And while you're here, you can use this for different purposes. Maybe today you need to relax your mind. Focus on your breath. Maybe you're a little more edgy today and you want to point your toes, maybe separate your toes, get a little length. So you reach through your toes, and then point, maybe you add a flex, point, and flex. One more time. Little circles of your ankles, if that feels good. And now enjoy legs up the wall. So again, maybe you just stay here, focus on your breath. But if you feel like you need to do a couple more stretches, a little inner thigh stretching, if you want to do more work with your toes, pointing your big toe back and forth, you can do that. You want this to feel good. From here, we're gently bringing our legs down. So if you're on a block, you can take the block, set it off to the side. If you're by the wall, you can gently bring yourself away from the wall. Knees are going to come into your chest to give yourself a hug. So this is usually a very nice release for your low back. And as you hug, let your shoulders come down into your mat. And let your tailbone come down as well. Start letting your knees come towards your armpits. Bottoms of the feet can go towards the ceiling. We're in a little happy baby. If you like to add the rocking side to side, feel free to do that. Maybe you like to stay in the center and pull your tailbone down, gives you some nice length through your spine. Bring your knees back into your chest one more time. There's your hug. And bring yourself up into a comfortable seated position. So in your comfortable seated position, maybe you like to sit on the block if you have it handy. Maybe you like to stay down on the mat. So it's whichever one feels best for you.
Let's meet with our hands heart center. Take a big inhale. Exhale, hands return to heart center. Namaste.